I'm going to work my way through the series from the easiest ornament to what I consider the most difficult. So I started with the little soldiers, and now I'm going to do a pine bough with little pine cones that I ordered from Tabitha's Glass Emporium. She has the most amazing little Morini. So this is what's up for today. I'm going to start by cutting out strips of Tack that are 2 inches by 2.5 inches. I'm going to change up the next part, which is this little diagonal piece, because I had used brown, and I have plenty of the brown, but what I also have is this beautiful, like, mottled looking, transparent with like swirls of different browns in it. I will often buy scrap bundles so that I end up with these absolutely gorgeous colors that I probably wouldn't use a whole sheet of, and I certainly don't want to spend enough to get a whole sheet of it. But every once in a while, it's really nice to have some of this really fancy glass in one of your pieces. So I'm going to switch out the plain old brown bullseye for this beautiful, and if you look on the back of it here, it's also a bullseye product, but it's 2971. I have a couple of other 2137, which is another beautiful piece. I may use that in one of them. I'm not sure. And this strip, I believe, is 1/4 inch. Yes, that strip is 1/4 inch. Well, as you can see, sometimes this beautiful glass does not break beautifully, and I'm not sure what I did with my grazing pliers. So I will hunt them down and I will be back. Another reason I often will buy scraps of really fancy glass is because I sometimes have a hard time cutting it. And there's nothing worse than spending a fortune on a sheet of glass and then having this happen. We're just getting 6 1/4 inch strips. Took me multiple tries. But here I go. Next step is to nip them down to size so that they will fit on the diagonal on the piece of glass. The next part is these little pine cones, and these come this way, and you just need to nip little sections, usually about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick, because I like to get as many pine cones out of this one stick as I possibly can. So that's next. I will probably modify these somehow in order to put the hanger on. My plan was to use these little hangers. I bought them from Jamison Schuler. They're absolutely gorgeous. They are clear glass, so they would look nice on something like this. I don't have that many of them, and I would just think, I think I would like to find another way to hang them. So I'm gonna have to give this a little bit of thought and decide whether to go with my first plan, just put the little glass hanger on, or see if I can find some way to modify it so that I don't have to use up so many of my glass hangers. could not figure out a way to arrange it that I liked. And I guess I'm going to just go with them the way they are. And I will either use the glass hangers or possibly dig through my jewelry making supplies and see if I have a pretty silver loop that I can use instead. For now, I have ornaments to assemble. I'll have to give these another look, maybe a couple little touch-ups, and then they are ready for the kiln. Okay, these are done and cool, ready for the next set to go in. This one is very weird. I was using all that scrap glass, and there was a very interesting reaction in this one. I don't know if I like it for a pine branch, but the color is gorgeous.